Hey, and welcome back to the Noonchi Podcast.
What's up, everybody? Today we have a special guest. We have a guest that was on episode 6 of our show, and now it is episode 112. So, goddamn, almost 2 years.
And she was our first guest ever on the Noonchi Podcast.
She was.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, we have an MC, former radio DJ, now golf influencer, a presenter. She does a whole lot of shit. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Hannah.
All right, I'll turn that off.
Hannah, welcome back.
Yeah.
Oh.
What took you so long to fucking come back to the show?
You guys didn't invite me again.
Sure we have.
Really?
Every time I've invited her, she was like, "Oh, I want to, but
I'm famous now.
I gotta go to LA." And then she's gone for like 3 months and comes back. Doesn't tell me, "Oppa, how are you?" When she calls me Oppa, I'm like, "Wait, what the fuck? What's going on?" She doesn't. She doesn't call me Oppa. But every now and again, it'll slip. I'm like, "What? The boil?
Do you need something?
Yeah, what's wrong?
You need a kidney or
so
something?
She doesn't want my kidney, man. Yeah. So Hannah, welcome back. I to be honest, I did not re-listen to episode 6, so I don't remember what the fuck we talked about. Yeah. But in the last 2 years, I know there was a lot of changes in your life.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
When you were a guest on episode 6, you had your own show on a radio channel.
That's right.
Right.
Yeah, I was a radio DJ.
Yeah,
why did it get canceled? Did it get canceled or you quit?
Yeah, no, it got canceled. Long story short, a lot of budget cuts.
Okay.
I think a lot of the shows on that broadcast.
Yeah.
It's getting canceled or they're having some budget cuts.
I heard like most of the English speaking shows are just not there anymore.
Not anymore.
They're just like
it's a little sad if you think about it because we had such a high listenership at the time. You know, I'm going to be honest. I'm a little awkward right now because I haven't been in front of a mic in so long.
Really?
Yeah. So this is kind of awkward for me. I was like asking Danny, where do I speak into this?
Yeah. So I was like, Yogi. And so, okay. My question is, you've done it. I mean, look, I met Hannah when we were kind of like regular guests on Amy's show.
Right.
So you met in Korea?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
And we were, to be honest, like I love Amy. Amy is a homegirl. We both love Amy.
We love Amy.
And then I remember her PD goes, "Are you a life hack expert?" And I was like,
"Oh yeah."
Then I was like, "Who the fuck is a life hack expert?" Right? You know what I mean?
Is that what you need? That's what they needed?
So then we would come every week and be like, this is a topic. Like, what are the new life hacks? Travel tips.
Both of you had to come up with stuff?
Yeah, and then we would have to battle
who
to
had
see
the better hack.
Oh,
right?
Really? Okay.
Which I was like, I don't give a fuck, right? So like, you know, then the loser has to do some sort of punishment.
Yes.
Right.
And this was TBS, right? So they wanted everything in advance. So you guys would you ever have the same hack and not know, or you guys always knew each other's hack before going?
No. We would just, you know, YouTube and Google search the day before, maybe 2 days before it was due.
Oh, okay.
And we would just send it. Wow, that's what I did. I don't know what you did. You were probably more prepared. I was not.
Yeah.
I did more personal experiences and hacks that I like.
Yeah.
That you actually use.
Yeah. Okay. I Google searched it. I was like, shit to do with rice, right? You know what I mean? And so, you know, that's how we met.
Yeah.
And then after Amy left, a little bit later, you had your own show.
Yeah. I think I kind of explained this on episode 6, but when I first got into media, I started off with radio.
Yeah.
I don't know if you knew that. When I was an intern at Arirang, they were like looking for a radio personality. And then that's when I auditioned. I didn't think I got it. And then I got it.
Yeah.
And then that's when I started doing TV and then moving on and moving on and moving on. TBS, I joined like later in the game, like 2015-ish.
Okay.
Because I debuted in 2011. It's been 12 years.
Wow.
Oh man.
Yeah. And
Wow.
then I briefly shared this on episode 6, but in 2018, after the Pyeongchang Winter Olympics, I was going to go back to the States.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I was going to go back to the States because that was my ultimate goal. And then I did it, achieved it. But then that's when I was on Steve Hatherley's show
Yeah.
as like a daily guest,
Yeah.
as a writer and like a daily guest. And then that's when they offered me a DJ gig. And I couldn't turn it down. It was 6 to 8 p.m., like prime time when everyone is commuting back home.
That's that is
I was the one, I didn't have a co-MC. It was just me. So I was like, okay. And I thought, it was a good gig and I loved it. I loved my listeners so much. I think that was the saddest part because it started off as like a current events type of show. And I think that's when you came on.
Yeah.
And then later on we had this like revamp where it became a talk show.
Nice.
But it wasn't like, well, of course we had guests come in for interviews, but it was a lot of phone conversations. And so I got to talk to all of our listeners.
Oh, nice.
And this is a show, mind you, that went on for like 2 years, right? So think about it. Every single day we had 2 to 3 callers calling in. That's how much the
what was
listenership
what was like the weirdest, or not weirdest, but most memorable?
There were so many, but what really touched my heart was the fact that people were listening. Like I thought people weren't listening, but people were actually listening to the show and they were so excited to call in and talk to me. Some people sang. Some people like would say, I want to give you like a virtual hug through the phone. And the thing about radio that I love
Fucking
so
creeps.
much. This was like a lady.
Okay.
This was like a lady.
Still a creep.
This was before Instagram.
Yeah.
And like no, it wasn't that long ago.
Yeah. No, the thing about radio that I love is that there's no visual aspects to it.
Yeah.
So people don't even know what I look like. And a lot of people, when they saw me on 보이는 radio, which is like the viewable radio, they were like, "Oh, we didn't know you were Korean."
Oh, really?
They thought I was.
Okay.
Some people thought I was maybe Caucasian.
Yeah.
So
'Cause also, people follow you from Steve's show as well. Like,
I don't think I got followers from Steve's show. So, well, first of all, congratulations, Danny.
Why?
This week, your reels just blew up.
왜 갑자기?
Yeah.
왜 갑자기?
You're changing the subject.
No, like 3
We'll get to that. We'll get to that.
No,
Yeah.
no. So the point I was trying to get to, because Danny just like blew up on Instagram. For me, it wasn't like a one-time thing where I blew up.
Yeah.
For me, it was like I have a jampong of followers. So I have followers literally from Malaysia who followed me since Arirang. I have people who followed me since Pyeongchang Olympics.
Oh yeah.
I have followers who loved me on radio, which they still communicate with me. And now, this happened in the last 2 years, but I started playing golf.
Yeah, I noticed.
She's a golf influencer.
Yeah.
I know. I love it so much, but it's basically a sport I picked up during COVID.
Okay.
Everyone is like, "Oh, you have to play golf. You have to play golf." And I when I was younger, my parents would convince me to play, and I would be like, "No, this is the most boring thing I've ever done." But I picked up the clubs, and then the most important thing about golf is that it's not fun in the range. Like you have to go out to the course to understand what this sport is all about. So what people do is they get lessons. It's like 10 lessons from a pro. And at the range, they hate it so much. You get calluses. They're like, they can't hit the ball properly. But once you're out on the field, everything changes.
I bet.
Yeah. It's just a whole new atmosphere.
Have you been on the course before?
Not in Korea.
And you don't love it?
Not really, but
Like the putt in Los Feliz or
no,
like a real
like a
course?
real
Okay.
18-hole course.
Have you
But
played?
Yeah, I played a little bit.
Did you like it?
Yeah, I loved it.
Yeah.
I loved it,
Yeah.
I'm so excited to talk about golf.
But which was interesting because at first, even though I know Hannah, right, there was in the beginning, to be honest, I was judgmental.
About golf?
No, about you being a golf influencer in the beginning.
Oh, what do you mean?
No, because
Yeah,
okay,
what do you
all
mean?
right,
What do you mean?
let me.
It's okay. You can judge me all you want.
No,
It's only
no.
you, Danny.
I was judgmental in the sense that like 2 years ago, and even to this day, really, when I go on the explore function of Instagram, there's just a bunch of pretty chicks playing in golf outfits, like taking sarka, and I was like, so now this is what the everyone's moving on to. All the pretty girls are moving on to after Pilates. They give up on being Pilates instructors and now they're going to be golf influencers. Like at first, that's how I started judging them. And then I was like,
you're a good friend, Danny.
But then she's but clearly it's not even that anymore.
Yeah.
Like she really loved. Some people don't really love it.
No, yeah.
Yes, they just
doing the shot.
They just want to look.
Yeah.
Do you know that I've talked to some golf course owners that go, sometimes these girls like they rent like 5-6 carts.
Yeah.
They don't even play golf.
They take pictures.
Oh,
They
it's
just
all
take
for the
pictures,
gram.
right?
Yeah.
So I go. At first, I was like, "Is that what Hannah's doing?" But no, she really plays. And so now that's more legitimate. I go, no more judgment. At first, I was like, 이게 그냥 이쁜 척하고 그냥 지랄라. Like that's how I thought. But now she's not. She's really playing. So that's more, respectable.
Yeah. Well, I think I got lucky in the sense that I actually started before that whole golf wave. I started a little earlier than that, just a little tad bit earlier. And what happened was I kind of like 신경 써 what I wore, my OOTD, my outfit of the day on the field. I really I bought my own clothes in the beginning. And given that I had some followers then and I had this title of this announcer, I started getting people DMing me. And then they were like, hey, we just opened up a golf brand. Would you mind wearing our outfits? And I was like, okay. This is awesome. Sure. Because golf skirt is like $400. So why not? So then one company sent it to me. And, I put in a lot of effort for these pictures. It's not given that you think that it's all about just taking pictures. I really take pictures until it comes out nice. And then you could see it in the effort. You can see someone really trying versus people who are just okay, blah, blah, blah. And then they post it, right?
Right.
So one company started doing it and then another company. And then it started building up. And then soon I had sponsorships from Ping and Mizuno.
Oh, wow.
Bigger brands, real big brands.
Yeah.
And, what the contract with them was once a month, they give you 3 outfits.
Oh.
So and a lot of people think all I do is go on the field, but in reality, front 9, back 9, I change my outfits because you have to take pictures, and I do it so I don't bother the other 3 people that I'm around going golfing with.
So do it in the cart?
Yeah, sometimes, yeah, of course, you take pictures, but you also have to be careful and mindful of the people that you are golfing with. You can't just be like, 사진 찍어줘, 사진 찍어줘. You can't do that.
Sure.
Yeah.
And also the people behind you. In golf, it's like a big thing. If you don't go fast enough, they get pissed off. They call you can get in trouble.
Yeah, the marshal comes and stuff like that. So yeah. And the funny thing is, this is a very humble brag. I think I picked up the sport really fast.
Okay.
It's not a lot of cardio. I'm really bad at cardio, but so I think I picked up the sport a lot faster than a lot of people. And I think that's how I got better so quickly, not just going out onto the fields, but it was just I picked it up. I practiced a lot too. And then now, the clothes came, the accessories came, the bags came. Great. That's awesome to be a golf influencer. Then I started getting contacted by golf shows. TV programs started contacting me being
nice.
hey, we're doing this program. So far, I think I've shot 3-4 programs. One with SBS Golf, one with LGU Plus. Little by little.
Yeah, she would hit me up and be like, natural, can you vote for me?
Okay.
Can you please vote for me?
Okay.
And thank you so much, by the way.
Let me know too. I'll vote for you.
Hey, long time no talk. Oh, sorry, you have to download this thing.
There was an Inky Tupia. There was a popularity thing. And I asked Danny to do it for me because it was weird because this is not about just your golf skills. You had to, in order to get into top 10, you had to make top 10 by having people vote for you.
Oh yeah. That's not out of the ordinary.
I just want to thank everyone. I didn't go to elementary school here, middle school here, high school, college here, but I had so many people that voted for me regardless. So I think that's when the producers were so shocked. They're like, oh, how did a foreigner?
Yeah.
Because you needed a Korean number to vote. You needed a Korean number. So none of my friends in the States could vote for me. So that's where I thank my followers and I thank everyone who really supported me until this point.
Can I ask, were you good at all sports basically, or it was
No,
golf
not
like the thing that
really.
ping pong? Were you good at ping pong?
I was like
hand-eye
little
coordination
decent
stuff
with soccer.
with soccer.
Yeah, I played
okay.
a little bit of soccer, and I think that's it.
I thought you hated
Okay.
cardio.
I hate cardio.
근데 soccer는 존나
근데-
cardio.
진짜, but that's the only sport I actually played since I was in 4th grade. And like I actually did it in college too with like the 유학생 boys and stuff like that.
I have a very specific question. I don't know. You don't have to answer it or not.
Sure.
You know, on the golf course, there's not always places to use the bathroom, right? So you have to be mindful not to drink a lot unless it's really hot out. You sweat it out, right? But I know for a fact that they sell these. They're shaped like golf clubs, right? And it's like the handle is a little bit, wider. So men use them to pee in, and like if they really have to go, there's these like golf clubs that you can pee into, and then just get rid of it after you go back to the parking lot.
I've never heard of
No?
that.
Okay. Well,
But
so we got to get that sponsor for you. There's got to be a women's
How is she
version.
gonna
though.
use
How
it?
am
That's
I
cool.
gonna use
No,
it?
that's my question. Like, if there's a women's version of that.
No, first of
Just
all,
like
I wouldn't use that. But I know guys that just pick a bush and go in.
Yeah, but that's not always. But I know that exists, but there's not always like a bush or there's not always woods, right? So,
Korean courses though, it's usually in the mountains.
Yeah.
And they do a really great job with gardening.
Yeah.
So there's usually a bush somewhere.
So what do the women do when they have to
So
go
you
pee?
hold it, but you hold it, but this is one time. There was this one time I had to go so bad. I requested a cart to come because we was getting backed up. Like you said, you have to follow the pace, but for some reason it was getting backed up that day. There was like 2-3 teams in front of us. So I was like, oh, 캐디님. Oh, by the way, there's always a caddy in Korea. So I was like, 캐디님, can you please call someone? I need an extra cart. I need someone to take me to the bathroom. They literally came with a cart, took me to the bathroom, came back, and I was ready for my tee shot. Like,
well,
by
you
the
should
time I came
look
back.
at this as an opportunity. Maybe we'll find a sponsor.
A product.
But
Diaper depends. Maybe it might be a good thing for
No, it won't look good with the skirt.
with like
with the skirt. It's gonna be a little bit too bulky.
There's gotta be. There has to. If there's no solution for it, that should be your next thing. You should make one, and you should get it. Get the license for it. And then
the smart thing to do for women, every time there is a bathroom, even if you don't have to go, just go. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
That's the smart way to go.
필드 나갈 때 오줌 마려울 때가 있잖아요. 근데 화장실이 없어요. 그럼 어떡하지요? 이거를 쓰세요.
저는 이거 써요. This is 기저귀.
So do you play rain or shine? Is it like kind of like
in Korea you have to.
You have to.
Unless it's raining really, really bad. Like there was this one time it wasn't even raining that badly, but there was like thunderstorms and stuff, so it was dangerous. So they requested that no one goes out on the field. But
I'm a big fan of golf umbrellas. They have the best umbrellas. They're really big and sturdy, but you can't just buy them at a 편의점, of course, right? So you'd have to. I don't know. I'm really big into umbrellas.
You should be more closer. She might.
I'll
Yeah,
give
you have
some.
any?
I have so many. I have so many. I'll give it to you. I'll give it to you, Bobby. Yeah.
I'll trade you for one of those pieces.
So for those, I mean, obviously, golf is not a cheap hobby, right?
Oh, that's true. Yeah. Right.
How does someone that is poor pick up golf? You think? Do you? I mean, obviously, like even going screen golfing is one thing versus like going on a course is crazy expensive, right? So
I was very lucky in the sense that I just had my mom's hand-me-down clubs, so I didn't even have to buy clubs, and that's what I recommend. Everyone who wants to play the sport but they can't afford it, maybe try to ask someone if they have extra clubs that they could buy for cheaper. And there's always places like 당근 or 중고나라 where you can find just a set of irons. That's the thing though, like some people, they're all about equipment. So they're like, oh, we need to get the hottest new irons and the drivers. I don't. 스윙부터 먼저 고쳐, right?
Totally.
Like
Right.
스윙부터 먼저 고치고 장비 타령하던가, right? Like everyone's just like so focused on getting the latest drivers and iron sets. For me, it's just like I practiced with my mom's clubs for like a year and a half. And yeah, once you get your swing down, then when you change your clubs, you'll be like, oh, this is nice. You'll realize it. But at the beginning stages, I don't even think you know the difference between like a good club and a bad club. So just, I think practice is the most important thing.
If I had to get my dad's hand-me-downs, right?
Yeah.
The 3-wood is actually made out of wood. That's how old it is.
Oh, yeah.
Like back then.
Yeah. And I'm like, yo, this is, but you know.
That's one thing my dad left before passing. Like we have his old golf clubs. I think they're somewhere in my brother's garage or something.
My dad loved playing golf when I was a kid, but then my mom got pregnant with my sister, and my mom said, "You can't play golf no more.
No more golf. Oh.
You gotta help me with these kids." And my dad was like, "All right, fuck it."
But golf is one of those sports like running you can do till you're 90.
Yeah.
Right. That's true.
So he can still pick it up now.
I don't think he's into it anymore.
That's another thing. I noticed that when I go out to the field, a lot of guys, they were like, oh, my wife is calling me. I have to go home. And I think for me, if my husband played, I think I would love it. I think I would really love it. It's like a sport that we could share together. And because I understand the sport, I don't mind if he went out. But if you don't play, then it's like, oh my gosh, what's taking you like 6 hours to play, and then you got to go eat dinner afterwards, and blah 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 blah. Like there's like kind of like a social standard, but if you don't play the sport and understand the sport, you're just gonna be like, why is this taking so long?
Right.
I know a lot of couples that play golf together.
Yeah.
My wife's imo and imobu, they play golf together. I know that because they came to our wedding in Hawaii. Yeah. And they spent all their time golfing in the mornings and together. It's so cute. They like wear like matching.
I mean, I think there's the pros of them, like, you know, a couple playing together, but also sometimes you guys want to have alone time playing golf.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm sure. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So you got to if you play, you have girls time, you know, you go play with your girls. If guys time, you go play with the guys. I think, but you have to understand it to let them go.
Right.
Yeah. But if you don't play the sport, then they'll just be like, come home, you know.
But question, you know, when you guys get paired, right, or foursome or whatever, right?
It's a little different in the States. So they pair you up with random people in the States, right? So even if I went alone, they'll pair me up with like a threesome or like 4 individual people will come. In Korea, you have to book it all 4 people together.
So it's people you know.
They don't randomly set you up, but there are bookers. People who book it for you like that. So if there's 2 couples, they want to play, but they can't find another extra 2 people, they pair 2 couples together.
Do the bookers, do they act like night to booking?
They don't.
No.
Wait, so
they have nicknames like Romeo and Boxer and
개구리 형 2명 필요해요.
It's usually like along the lines of like 이 실장 or 김 사장 or something like that. But they ask you like, are you coming with 2 women or 2 men? Are you coming as a couple? They always ask that.
Okay.
And that's where I find it a little weird because, like, you know, if me and my girlfriend want to go and I'm like, oh, we're 2 women and we want to be paired with 2 women, they're like, oh, that's really hard to do. But we have 2 men. Like, you know, they would say things like that. And like sometimes I want to go golfing with my mom, but we can't go as just us 2. Yeah. So they like try to pair us up. But then it's me and my mom. This is not like a thing where we
call
want to
me and Danny. We'll make you guys look good.
Yeah, I'll be like, what's up, 어머님?
Wait, can you drink on the course?
Yes, you can.
Yeah.
Yes, you
it's
can.
allowed.
Yeah.
Like it's not
allowed.
just like okay.
Not during COVID though. They didn't want that.
Okay.
어머님 씨 말이오세요?
What if do you, what do people usually drink? I'm like first thing that comes to mind is champagne and stuff, but like beer,
anything, 막걸리. But then
soju?
Soju too, if you want to. And then some people bring like wine, you know, like those like little jar wines. But the thing is, in Korea, after the front 9, you have a 그늘집. You have a break session
Mm-hmm.
where they like bring out the pajeon and the makgeolli.
What? They
And like
bring out pajeon?
tteokbokki, and you have to buy it, of course.
Okay, yeah.
And it is very expensive. Like
Okay.
one like pajeon would be like anywhere from $40 to $50.
Holy
but
Man, that
Scheiße.
sounds better be
What?
amazing.
Seriously.
Is it really good though? Is it okay?
some places are really good and some places aren't. But usually you're hungry after the front nine, so everything tastes good.
Is it really pa or chanji? That's so stupid. Is it, but like people like on the back nine are probably wasted. Some people are
Some people are
drinking a
wasted.
lot,
Yeah.
right?
Some people come back and they're like, "Oh,
Yeah.
I can't swing properly."
And like we have a friend that works in this building also, but he goes on golf meetings all the time. But like in the morning, but they'll drink in the morning too.
Yeah.
They'll drink like
Yeah.
AM, Nasur, like you can't golf at night, right? People don't golf at night.
Oh,
right?
there's
Is
yagan
it?
golf too.
Oh, what?
So this is like the
Jeez.
most amazing thing. They turn on lights on the field. This is kind of not heard of in the States, but there's yagan golf and it's really fun in the summertime because it's cooler
Okay.
at nighttime.
Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah, I mean right now.
Oh yeah, and you play in the winter too.
You play in the winter too.
Damn,
You can
yeah,
play
it's
here
gotta
in
be
the
cold.
winter.
Yeah.
I played in snow one time, and they said please use color balls because on
Oh,
the
yeah.
snow you can't see a white ball. So then
Yeah.
you would use like red balls or whatever. But playing in the snow is like a one-time thing that I recommend and never again. It's just fun for the experience. And
Danny
then
knows a
never
lot about
again.
color balls
Yeah.
these days.
Yeah.
Oh, she doesn't know about
Okay.
my ball surgery.
All right. Well,
You
we'll
got
talk.
prostate surgery?
아니 불알이 존나 커서.
Ah, 진짜?
Oh,
You gotta get
yeah.
it reduced?
Oh yeah, I did.
Yeah, they went from his normal golf ball size
yeah.
to like potato size.
Yeah.
Like a tennis ball size or something?
Potato size.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
What
Like
happened?
회오리 감자 만들 수 있는
Oh my
size.
gosh.
Big.
You're not kidding, right? This is not like
No,
Kegu?
yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
And
Wow.
I talk about it in my shows.
Are you okay now?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was worth it.
It was
I
worth
mean,
it.
I don't know.
It was a
For-
Did you see it? You saw
I didn't see it. I'm glad. Some
Oh.
of our friends actually saw it. They
So
wanted to see it.
so my buddy
So-
Kenny was like
Can I see it?
he was like
I gotta see it.
he's like can I see it, bro? I gotta fucking see it.
So crazy.
Right?
Yeah.
And he's like holy shit, that's pretty big, bro. Like
Did you like show him outright? Like, was it like you showed him the bulge through your boxer?
no, 다
You're
보여줬어.
like, oh man.
I
Oh.
show and tell.
Oh. You can't unsee that.
Yeah.
though.
How about a before
Like-
and after?
I did not. Right now, I did not take pictures of my balls
Okay.
because
good. Thank you.
because I knew that who knows, somewhere down the line I
Yeah.
might become famous.
You are famous.
and they're going to hack somehow my phone. I lose my phone and they'll be like, "Yo, this is
Why do you have
Yeah.
pictures of
Oh,
balls?
yeah. I didn't want that explanation.
Well, I'm glad you're okay.
Thank you.
Mm.
Is your is your car constantly? You have clubs in it. You have like golf balls, like in the crevices of your car,
Yeah.
and like all
So
that stuff.
I like sometimes reach into my pocket and I'm just like, where's this golf ball?
And your tees, you got random tees.
yeah.
So now, like, if it's okay, now that you are a golf influencer, right?
Mm-hmm.
When you first started off, like, let's say it was your birthday or something,
Mm-hmm.
and they give you golf shit,
Mm-hmm.
whatever it is, accessories, blah blah blah. But now that you are an influencer, do you go, you don't need to?
No, I still love it.
Yeah.
Like you can never have too many golf balls,
Yeah.
and you know, on your birthday you usually get like coffee coupons.
Yeah,
or like,
yeah.
people used to send me golf balls.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because there's a feature. That's how big golf was
Oh,
in
wow,
Korea.
okay.
So they could send
Okay.
you like golf gloves, golf hats, and I would be like, oh my goodness, don't come to me. Like, these are like the best presents. I don't want a coffee coupon. I want more golf balls because you'll lose it
Yeah.
eventually.
Do you still appreciate like the range and screen golf stuff like that now?
I never liked screen golf.
Okay.
I never liked screen golf because I like to look at the greens when I'm there. I'm very serious about the sport. And also, screen golf, there are people that are really good, but they've never been to a golf course in their life.
Yeah,
Because
that's
it's an arcade game.
yeah.
So if you know like the swing speed, if you know how to hit it, the screen
Yeah.
very well,
Yeah.
your score is going to be good,
yeah.
no matter what.
I'm great at Wii Sports.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah.
So,
it's kind of
but,
like that. It's not the same as going on the field. Like they'll be like, oh, I play 60s on screen golf. You come out to the course, they hit over 100. I'm like,
Why do you think, especially on the LPGA, why do you think Korean women or women of Korean descent, why do you think they are dominating that sport? Like there's so many Korean and Korean Americans or Korean New Zealanders, or even, James Young from Cafe Blue, right?
Yeah, his daughter.
His daughter won a tournament in Portland recently, and she got a full ride to Stanford. She graduated with golf, you know what I mean? Like, what the hell is going on with...
I don't know.
Yeah. Korean women are to golf as Indian people are to spelling. You know what I mean? They're dominating.
They are dominating. Yeah. You're right.
I think it's just, I don't know. Like, didn't Park City come to one of your shows when we were in Hawaii?
No.
Or someone, we met her through
Michelle Wee.
Oh, was it Michelle?
Oh, it was Michelle.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if it's like physique, but I don't think it's physique per se, but it's a muscle memory sport. So, and Koreans are really good at that. Like they're really good at repetition.
Yeah.
They're focused.
It has something to do probably then with why they're so great at gaming.
Or
too, right?
Or
the
like
focus.
archery.
Yeah, the focus.
Or archery.
The precision.
Yeah.
I think it has something to do
the
with
repetition.
that. The repetition.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, but I grew growing up in America. A lot of my American friends, so non-Korean friends, they were very coddled. Like
okay.
when they
yelled
play
at?
sports, they're not like 다시 해. Like no one ever said that to them. But like Koreans, they'll be like, it's the same thing as not getting an A. So it's like go 연습해, go practice. And okay, so I've met a few pros. I've actually met a lot of pros after starting this gig as a golf. When you meet their parents, you know that they have athlete children. It's different. Kim Yeona's mother, like Son Heung-min's mother probably too.
They're really involved?
They're very involved. It's different from like...
It's like Tiger Mom, Tiger Dad.
It's very different.
Okay.
Like, I won't mention any names, but I went on this competition show with this one pro and she lost to an amateur, right?
Oh.
She lost to an amateur and in the back I hear her mom being like, 그걸 놓쳤어. It was like you could hear them, but then like meanwhile like the amateur, it's very different. Like they're pros for a reason.
Yeah.
Their parents helped them get there, obviously too, financially and but I think that's what made them who they are too. So you need that little bit of push, yes. And
that kind of hardcore parenting.
Yeah.
I don't think it's just for sports though. I think I grew up with that from my parents, but I ended up fucking telling
like in
jokes,
Korea, right? They do like sunung, right?
Yeah.
Like the studying is like, even though that's not probably like some kids, all kids have to just learn how to memorize and learn and keep studying, even though that might not be their strongest suit in life, right?
Yeah.
But that repetition and just having to do it over and over and over again, in this case, in cases like golf, probably is beneficial.
Right.
Very beneficial.
You have to continue. It's like this muscle memory that you have to like feed into your submission, into your body, right?
Yeah.
So that makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense why the Koreans would dominate.
And I think it's different from, for example, basketball, hockey, soccer. The ball is passed on to you. First of all, it's a team sport, but golf is an individual sport. But if a ball's passed on to you, you don't know how the gameplay is going to work out, right? But golf, the ball is in place.
Yeah.
And you hit that ball.
You dictate
where this ball goes, right? So then that's even more... I don't know. That's why it's so frustrating, though. It's not like the ball's like coming at you like tennis and you have to hit it. Like you literally, it's in place. It's in one spot, and all you need to do is hit this ball correctly. But you miss. A lot of people miss that, so that's why it's so frustrating.
I actually was a caddy for a friend that was like not a pro golfer, but like amateur golf leagues.
That's awesome,
right? So I went to. He took me out to Palm Springs for a week. I just happened to be like available for a week. And he was like, if you bring a caddy to these things, they let you have a caddy. But if you have a caddy, you have to walk the entire course.
Right.
You're
Carry
not
the bag and everything.
So I had to carry it in like this heat and stuff. But it was awesome to the point where I learned the game so much more. And then he started to just depend on me to just have the next club ready for him based on the situation. And by the end of the week, like it was fun. Like
you could tell I
was like, oh, you need this
6 iron or whatever
kind of thing.
So you had the equipment to see like how far to the pin is or whatever?
No, I didn't have. We didn't have anything like that. I don't remember that. This was like maybe 16 years ago, maybe.
That's awesome.
Yeah, in Palm Springs, and I remember thinking, I don't have any like clothes for it either. He's just like, show up. We went to the golf store or to the store, the club store, whatever, and then he just bought me this whole like caddy outfit.
That's awesome.
It was a lot of fun actually.
So do you have how do you say, like a favorite player? Like is there like a golfer that you'd be like, yo, it's my dream to play with this golfer?
No, actually not really. Believe it or not, I don't actually follow pro golf. Professional golf.
Okay.
Like people love watching NBA. They love watching NHL. Like I don't actually enjoy
watching it on TV.
Yeah.
That's fine. Like you enjoy playing it more than Yeah.
But I understand it now. Like a long time ago, it would always be in the background. I'll be like, why are they watching this? And the commentators, it's very different because he shoots, he scores. It's like, or like, oh, coming from the left, from the left. We have like all the way from South America. Like UFC is very like energetic.
Yeah.
Your announcer side is
So it'd be like, 조 다니 씨 티샷 합니다. So it's like super like ASMR, right? 세 번째 putt, body putt. It's like very calm. You know
you
what
have
I
a
mean?
future in that too. If you want to, like,
The commentating has like very low energy. It's a conservative sport.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's not like up, and you're supposed to be quiet. You know, you got to respect the sport. You got to respect the golfers. But it's a very quiet sport.
Have you seen fights? Have you seen any fights on the
for golf?
Yeah.
No,
golf fights, that'd be
or
fun.
people get mad at themselves, right?
Yeah.
Or but you can get mad at other people, right?
Broken a club going like, fuck?
No, I haven't. I haven't. I believe etiquette is really important. So if I see someone doing that, I would be like, 너 일로 와봐.
Oh shit. Oh
And
shit.
like, I pull them aside and I'm like, listen, you can leave at any time.
Oh,
you know,
wow.
but like we're here with a foursome and like 분위기 망치지 말라고.
Right.
너 못 친다고. Don't let other people get bothered by it. Because it's like, you're not a pro golfer, you know? You're not like there to like, obviously I feel the frustration, right? But then the more frustrated you are, it's going to affect everyone else around you too. So
okay, one of the comedians, right? 동아. Okay, so he is a part of this like 모임 where there's a bunch of like CEOs and 사장s of different corporations. It's kind of like Netkel, but like Korean, you know?
Okay.
Right? And so one of the heads was like, you should probably learn how to play golf. Right? And so like, I'm broke, I can't play golf. So like the one of the 대표s like paid for his lessons. And you know, they were like, you should go so that you can network and talk to people in this type of way, right? So he took like maybe like 5 lessons. And then like 가자, right? So I think they went to Gangwon-do or whatever. And he's just slicing all over the place, right? Just to a point where the what do you call it? The guy cutting the grass was so annoyed that this guy kept on hitting it into the woods. Was like, 이거를 말이야 허리를 이렇게 하면 안 되지, right? Right. And so like my question is like, is it a bad etiquette or bad to be like, you really truly suck and you don't know how to play versus people that know how to play, right? So like if you have similar levels, then you know you guys can play at a certain pace. But if one person is just, you know, just going into different vegetation.
Right. In Korea, long time ago, long time ago, even this is even before I played, they would you wouldn't be able to go into a golf course unless you played a certain score. So when you register, they would ask you what's your handicap. And if you play like 130, they wouldn't allow you on the course because of that reason. Not so much anymore. And it's still places with membership, they still ask you. They do like, they ask you for your name, your number, like how, like your handicap.
Is it honor system though? Like, is there a way for them
It's an honor system, but like, so that's why when I first started playing golf, like 어른들 used to tell me like, that course is really nice. You should get better before you go on that course. They would always say that to me. So I would be like, okay, I understand completely. It's not bad etiquette to be bad. It's totally fine. And like, think about it. Someone was patient with me. I have to be patient with someone, right? And you got to help them out. What is wrong is this. There's so many frustrating things. If you're slicing it and you're doing a bad job, you can't use a mulligan every hole.
Right.
Yeah.
다시 칠게요. No, like people who are really serious about the sport don't even use mulligans. You know, and they're just like, no, I'll just go to OBT, hazard T, and then just, they don't have that in the States, but they do have it here. But they were like, oh, can I play again? Can I shoot again? Can I shoot again? There's etiquette. And in a par 4, if you double par, the eight times, this includes putting, right? This includes, you need to know when to pick up the ball and just say, you know, I'll hole out, you know. But there are people who are way past double par and they're still putting and they're putting.
I mean, it's also the problem that Koreans are also the most stubborn people, like generally speaking, like 비졌어, right? Or not 비졌어. They're very, what do you call it? 고집세?
고집세, yeah.
Right. So that's gotta enter the sport on some level, right?
Yeah. So I think that's why it's a good thing. Like 술이던, you know, they say 술, like 문화 and like things like golf. It's good to learn from an adult.
What's that mean?
Sur. They always say learn how to
learn how to
drink.
Like,
learn how to play golf. Learn how to, certain things you need to learn.
From your parents because of the etiquette.
Sense.
But the problem is these days people are learning from their friends and what they see on variety shows.
Right.
And they fool around on these variety shows too. So like, of course they teach you a lot and they give you good information, but sometimes people don't know the basic rules.
Yeah.
So when I see that, and like my friend, it's okay to be bad, you know, it's okay. Like slice, oh, 잘했어, good shot. Next time you'll get it, you know. But then like once they're past that double par mark, I'm like, okay, 공 죽고 다음 홀에 가자. Like I would be like, pick up your ball now. It's your time's done.
pick up your balls.
Pick up your ball. Yeah, you're done. Or like, just for the sake of the pace, I'll be like, okay, let's just go a little further and hit an iron from there, practice a little there.
See, so she's not going back to my earlier comment, like
I'm serious about
she's serious about it. She ain't no like just I want to look cute in this new outfit by this new whatever.
Dude, I have so much golf clothes. I don't need more golf.
Yo, what's that? By the way, what's that shit that they put those, especially women, that they put on their cheeks? What does that do?
For your freckles. So when you have too much sunlight, you start getting these like freckles. That's why they have those patches for glare.
I don't know, like football players, they put like,
but that's black, bro. Like this is
I don't know what you're talking about. That's I thought you meant black.
The sun shines down on you. The first part that gets tanned the most is your nose and your cheekbones. So that's why they put that.
So they put they put these like weird band-aids on, right? Because like there's this.
I hate that. I've never put that on in my life.
I'm like, what is? Because there is this I guess startup golf apparel company, right? That kind of did a partnership with the comedy club. For I don't know why.
So you need to call me when you do these.
Right. And so they're they're giving away like hats and stuff. So I have to follow them or whatever. By the way, Pesa, fucking I was wearing that hat and 8.5 million views came with me wearing that hat. So you better fucking do something later, right? But then I went to their site and all their like, what do you call it, clientele, especially the women like models or whatever, they're always wearing that fucking cheek band-aid.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I went to one event. It was like a Mark and Loa.
Right? Mark and Lona.
Mark and Lona. Yeah. I went to an event because
Johan.
You were there too, right?
Yeah.
He was guest DJ and stuff, but they gave away like party favors, and they're basically these really nice like bags and golf balls in them. I still have it to this day that I've never opened it.
Yeah,
I'll give it to you.
Oh, thank you.
So, it's like I don't know what to use it for. It's just like
when we talk
random.
about golf, I get so happy I just love it so much. It's so crazy.
This is the longest conversation I've ever had about golf.
I'm
Yeah, yeah,
sorry.
yeah.
Actually,
I'm
no,
sorry.
but
No,
I'm
it's
learning
fine.
so much. It's great. You know what I actually just realized now? I've never seen what do you call it? A mini golf place in Korea ever. It has,
because people don't like that.
but it's never existed, kind of thing. Like
Oh, you mean like
Yeah,
miniature golf.
like Happy Gilmore more?
yeah. Like
Yeah.
Disneyland type of. Okay, I will tell you why I don't think that they have that, because if you're gonna build something to that size, that's a real big
that's
waste
true.
of property in
That
Korea.
is true, yeah.
The real
Yeah.
estate value is so expensive that like to use a huge plot of land to make
Yeah.
a mini golf place.
But I mean, if
is,
you
like,
get it outside of Seoul and do that and be the first to do it, like
And it'd be like a
novelty,
date
maybe.
course. It's a
Exactly.
cute date course.
That's what mini golf is for. It's
Yeah.
for good, like it's for dating.
Yeah, it's not for
Yeah.
it's not for like, you know, it's like, oh my god, this is my first time. Oh, no, baby, let me hold it.
It's for dating
that
and
kind of
it's
shit.
for field trips for
Yeah.
elementary school kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, we
No,
can
but
make
you know,
some money out
but
of it.
you see the way she went. Nah, you know what? How about real golf? Like,
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
into real
No,
golf.
okay. I'll share one story. I'll share one story. I've never tried dating apps in my life.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm
I
saying
know-
that
we
again.
know a lot-
I've never
a lot
tried
about
dating apps in my life, but I tried it for the first time.
Is there one for golfers?
No, they're very, very like it was like a year or two ago. Like I don't really remember.
Which one?
Is your profile pic
No.
of wearing a golf visor and like
No, so
you're like ingenue?
yes, so
Professor
I did it not in Korea. I did it in the States.
Oh, okay.
When
okay.
because I go back and forth. So ever since I quit radio, I've been actually going back and forth.
Oh,
So we
okay.
can get to that later. But
Yeah.
I was like, okay, let's try this. Like, what's the hype all about? Because that's apparently how people meet people. Like,
Yeah,
coffee
yeah.
meets bagel, Hinge, whatever it is. Like,
Yeah.
so I was like, okay, let's try this, right? I tried it, and yeah, I had the golf gear on in one of my pictures.
Oh
or
yeah.
whatever.
Okay.
And
I
like,
was just kidding, but okay.
and the thing about it was this: I wanted to meet non-Koreans too.
Yeah.
That was another thing. I just wanted to
Oh.
date and see what that would be like.
Okay.
Because I'm on vacation, or I'm like, I was just like, let's try this. You know, why not, right? I'm very socially awkward. So when they text me and they're like, hey, how's it going? That's how I read it in my mind. It's, hey, how's it going? But in
Yeah.
my mind, I'm thinking, hey, how's it going?
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Like, you know, I'm reading
What's your
it.
handicap?
Yeah. And in my interest, I put golf, right? So then I only, got matched with people who obviously play golf, right?
Yeah.
And they're like, so I was like, yeah, I'm good. How are you? That's the way I would respond to it.
Yeah.
I don't know how to talk to random people. I'm like, I'm just so bad at that. It's one thing when it's like you're on camera and you're like interviewing someone.
Yeah.
It's another thing when you're talking to a complete stranger. And they were like, oh, what'd you do today? And I went golfing, right? And they'd be like, oh, so like, whatever. And it's like, oh, like, yeah, like we should play sometime together. And I'll be like, yeah, that's great. And then let's go to mini golf first. And I'm like, 바로
See?
싫은 거야.
Right when you said mini golf, I saw her eyes like go like,
He's not serious
Yeah,
about
yeah,
golf.
yeah.
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 Anyway.
So I kind of want to hold out with you, girl.
Oh god. Want to spend some time in the sand?
But honestly, I never met a single person through that app, those apps. Like,
Oh, you didn't go through with it.
I didn't go through with it. I chickened out. And I was like, okay, this is not for me. I guess I have to go back to the 소개팅 or meeting naturally, 주만추 path.
자만추.
자만추.
So with all your time
자고 나서
golfing,
만나는
you have yet to meet a good-looking man on the golf course.
No, that's but
What the fuck?
So golfers are ugly. You said that. Okay.
I've met
It's
some
good.
good looking.
No, her ass spoke another language all of a sudden. No,
Would you date a pro golfer? Is that too much time like spent apart?
No,
You know?
no. Nowadays pro golfers, their caddy is their wife.
Oh, would you be a caddy or would you let him be a caddy?
I would be a caddy. Yeah.
Would you let him be a caddy? You're a caddy?
I'm not good enough. And I don't think I'll ever get to pro level. I don't want to be pro level. I just want to enjoy the sport as I enjoy it.
I wonder
now.
what your wedding vows would be to each other. I will be your caddy in
I
life.
etiquette.
I will hand you the right club when you need.
I promise never to mulligan our relationship.
This is such a weird episode. I love it though.
Oh,
this
really?
is such a good like natural conversation. Like,
Oh, really?
Yeah.
About golf. We're going pretty long actually.
You can cut out whatever you want. Yeah.
I'm not editing, Jack. I don't like to edit. So.
Yeah. But
This is fun.
so yeah.
So golf clearly in the last 2 years, golf has kind of dominated your
my
life.
life.
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
Other than that, since I was a little worried after radio was over because there's a routine lifestyle and that, you know, every single day I wake up at a certain time. I prepare for these scripts. I was in and out of the door by a certain time. I would eat dinner at a certain time. And then like when it was over, I didn't know what to do. It kind of felt like, oh no. Like I knew, I was like, yes. At the same time, I was like, oh, I have no more live shows today, so I can actually have dinner from 6 to 8.
Because 6 to 8 is that's the fucked up part about 6 to 8,
that
right?
Does suck, right?
I could actually have dinner. Oh my goodness, I can meet my friends.
Yeah.
But that time we had COVID. So then it was still like, it was weird. You know, it was a weird time for me. I was figuring out a lot of things. And that's when I decided to just explore and go back to the States a little bit, you know.
Okay.
I went back. It was good catching up with my friends and everything. And then again, now I'm thinking like, okay, I'm spending so much money out here. Like I need to make a living. And while I was in New York, I got a call from Hyundai Motors. And they were like, hey, we're looking for someone to go out to Germany with them. Because they participate in a race called Nürburgring every single year.
Okay.
It's a 24-hour race. So this is different from like F1 in the sense that it's not like fast cars. It's well, they are fast cars,
it's
but
endurance.
It's endurance.
Yeah.
It's an endurance race. So in the span of 24 hours, you could see how many laps they do. So it's a different idea. And there's different, like groups. It's not just like Porsches are all together. Like Porsche and like Hyundai are actually in a different category. Right. But it was just such an amazing event. So like little things like this started happening to me. Started getting like gigs.
Wait, so what did you do what did you do for that thing?
I was hosting the event as like a live streaming type of thing.
Oh, so the car is going left.
No, I didn't do that. I wasn't an
expert. And the car is going left.
I had a panel with a professional driver. So he was explaining the he was doing the commentating. We were focused on just the Hyundai cars. The N cars. Yeah. And it was just such a great experience. So I had done little events with motorsports before this. And that's why they called me back. And then, like just after COVID got a little better, there were more events and hengsas, what we call hengsas. Yeah. So I started hosting a lot of them. And now I have this lifestyle where I pick and choose what I really want to do, events I want to do. And then, when I don't want to do it, I pass it on to someone else. Nice. And like, I'm actually feeling a lot more stable. I'm like traveling for work, a golf thing recently to LA. Like, it's been good. Life's been really good. Not just golf-wise, but
your mental health-wise.
My mental health-wise, yeah.
Since the last time you were on the show, Danny and I, we got new mics. Yeah. We got a new studio.
I love it.
That's about it, though.
Yeah, that's about it.
No,
we haven't gone to Germany.
Yeah. No, you have
like travel.
You have
baby number 2.
Yeah,
and kids, Danny, you have like 40,000 followers on Instagram.
Oh yeah, okay. We'll talk about that now.
Yeah, let's talk about it. I went on his Instagram recently. A reel had like 3 million views, and I had to double check. I was like, is this Danny's Instagram? Not that but I mean, I like all of your content, but I didn't know it was going to reach 3 million.
After a few days, I stopped. I was checking his social media more than I was my own. And I don't even check mine that often, but I kept going on to see how well it was doing. And after a while, I just got annoyed.
So because I last week after the show, me and him were drinking somewhere. Yeah. And I pulled a little bit of like a 연예인병 on his ass. You know what I mean?
Flex.
Yeah, where he was
Please
like,
don't become like that.
I do it to him as a joke.
Because his phone,
Yeah.
even now, like it just keeps, the light keeps coming on.
Right.
It's like and I know what it is.
Yeah.
Before I was like, what's going on over there?
Yeah.
It's just like comment or like or follow and all this
I mean, I could
stuff
shut
and,
it
like,
off,
kind of thing.
but why?
So
I shut it off. I don't have. I don't look
Rissa.
at that. Oh.
Well, I mean, because you know what? It's my newfound addiction where for the last 2-3 weeks, like I'm getting all kinds of whatever. So what happened was last week, right? So he's like, oh yeah, because I shared something or whatever, like I got a few followers too. I was like, oh, how many are you at? He's like 3,000 something. I was like, that's cute. Nice, 3,000. It's a long time ago for me.
you were literally, we were both in the 3,000s and overnight you became this huge success.
I don't know.
Right? But then I'm really happy for you because I felt every year passed, I felt like, oh, I think I'm going to lose Danny. He's going to go back to the States.
Aww.
And I feel like this is kind of like solidified. Now you have 40,000 followers from Korea mostly. What are you going to do with them if you move back to the States? They're going to be like, what's all this stuff in English? Like, you know? So you're kind of committed to stay a little longer. And I'm really happy about that.
So, that's making me tear up because he's basically saying he wants you to stay.
Because he's the reason that he wanted, like, okay, he's the one that convinced me when I first came to visit, like maybe 10 years ago, when you first moved out here. He's like, Danny, you should move out here. He goes, out of all my friends, the only person that it makes sense
is you.
Yeah, because at least I can speak the language better. But at the time, there was not even any stand-up. No. We did talk about going like, oh, you should probably do stand-up in Korean. I was like, you fucking crazy. 10 years ago.
I was just like, I needed a translator.
Right.
So
right.
I needed you to come out.
And then when I moved out here and then this has happened, like, you know, like to me, it wasn't difficult to get by here. Like it's not difficult at all to get by. But, you know, obviously as you get older, you want some sort of like stability, future, passive income, et cetera, right? So that's, you know, things blew up. So even last night on Instagram Live, when I hit 40K, I was like, you know, I went live.
You did a live thing.
Yeah, and I was
How
like,
many people came in?
Initially, like 350, 400 people up. 들어오는 거야. I was like, oh shit, what are you doing here? 꺼져, 빨리 나와, 꺼져. 야, 새끼들아, 꺼져. 너무 많아. 꺼져, 이 새끼야.
So exciting.
But then, you know, like Korean fans, they, you know, like when you do live stuff, like, you know, they ask intrusive questions.
Okay,
know?
like what?
You know? Or they'll say shit like, oh, 그 수염 없었으면 더 멋있을 텐데, right?
Oh, yeah.
And I've been, 나 엄마야, 개새끼야, 꺼져, 새끼야, right?
Really?
And I would just curse them all out. Go fuck yourself, right? Like, don't tell me what to do, right? So, like, but I'm not good at like 진행 in Korean.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know how to like.
Oh, yeah. I give it like a month before you get canceled.
Oh, yeah.
Like
absolutely. Absolutely.
You're going to say something wrong. Which sometimes I'm like, oh, Danny, don't say that. Danny, don't say that.
No, recently I had I told both of you, I told you, like, after the video kind of blew up, like I was at a bar and this hot ass girl comes up to me. Like fucking like body just, oh my God. Like they don't make Korean girls like this. Like, you know? And then she goes, 오빠 팬이에요. Right? That tone, that voice. And I said, oh shit. And I looked at her, I was like, oh, 네, 감사합니다. But I knew.
Yeah.
And then she goes, 저 transgender예요. And I was like, oh yeah, I know. Right? 어떻게 알아요? 이거 목소리는 뭐, you know.
But do they know your joke?
Yeah. Yeah. And she's like, 저 오빠 멀리 안 살아요. right. And I was like,
Disney Plus.
Yeah. So we were just like, whatever. And I was drunk. So like, I had my brain and my penis had a battle, you know.
Hannah's a good friend. I remember this is reminding me of like when you had your first special here when they filmed it.
Watch out!
Yes. We were both there.
Yeah.
And I remember
she fake laughed the whole time.
Yeah.
Like you laughed really loud.
I was so loud.
I was like, you didn't have to fake laugh.
but laughter is contagious.
Right.
So like I'm pretty sure that you got more laughs than
there's a hype man. Yeah. There's usually hype men at the show in the back going like, right? So like I was just like, 겁나 웃겨. 막 일부러 아 진짜 웃겨. Like I kept saying that in the mic.
And I was like, 안 해도 돼. 하나.
오바하고 있어. No, but it was really funny. And like, I mean, Bobby and I both know, right? We both know Danny. Like, over the years, your comedy is getting just better and better and better. It was see, this me being a good friend. I 원래도 재밌었는데 it got even better. And
it
like when I you know, making those reels, I think 신의 한 수였던 것 같아. Because like now it's all about those short videos. You know, it's no longer about even YouTube and like whatever. And when you started posting those, and I was like, oh, this is good. This is really good for him. This is really good for him. And if he gets like a good soundbite, I'm sure someone's going to repost this and share it. But I never knew it was going to become 3 million. That's amazing.
I've seen I've seen two different Dannys. Like I've seen him in his element in the US when he's doing like the back in the day, right? He killed it back then. He was so funny, you know, but in Korea, I know what you mean, like him getting better out here is because in
the translation. Yeah.
At first, I mean, you can look back at some of your early stuff when you first started in Korea.
It's my early stuff stinks.
But now it's just like watching you, it's just like, wow, this guy's a smart guy. Not only are you talented, but I'll give you one time. I'll say it one time.
하나만 받았어.
But that's the thing about stand-up comedians. Like the ones I follow and that I will only listen to are the ones that I know at least are really smart because they're going to say stuff that I want to hear. You know, a lot of people just they have they have like some sort of a gimmick. Like I don't like those comics. Danny actually. Through his comedy, you can tell that he's also a really bright, smart guy. And that's what people want. They want to hear your perspective.
I think stand-up comedians are the smartest people in the world. I've said this.
I think so too.
I think they're the smartest people in the world because they can deliver this whole 1 hour special, this 2 hour special live, carry a crowd, have chemistry with them. And even through video, I can feel the chemistry. You know what I mean? And everything they say is just so well thought out. And I don't think, if you watch some stand-up comedy, like people who are watching this right now, you even see them pausing at certain moments for like the laughter. And like, it's so amazing. I love stand-up comedy and it's just amazing to see how well you're doing, Danny. 정말. So when you blow up and you hit 4 million followers, are you going to pretend to not know us?
I'll be like, who?
Hannah who? That
what?
golf girl? Ew.
What?
I used to have this podcast called the Noonchi Podcast.
The one that sells fucking peeing on a field products? Oh, God. Oh.
We got to get you that deal.
You could have like endorsed any other products. You guys are diapers or the
golfers diapers?
I think we're on to something.
Yeah.
Like, come on. Really think about it. I'll invest.
Bobby, I actually have a question for you too. I don't know if you guys mentioned this on Noonchi Podcast. Are you working on another film?
I am working on. I wrote another script.
Yeah.
And I've been working on it here and there, but it's not a film. It's a drama. It's a series
for Netflix or something like that, or you eventually want to sell, or
I just been working on it for the past ever since I finished my last film. I kind of took it on, but I have 2 writer partners that write with me. Yeah, so that's a good question. Yeah, I wrote that, and I also wrote a kids show pitch, and so I've been writing more.
That's where a lot of the money's at. Children's shows and children's books, children's goods, toys. Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
and then I've been writing music still, so trying to get in the studio.
I know. So. I want to like write other stuff, but right now, to be honest, not even jokes. Like I'm looking at like food recipes to sell at the comedy club. I'm like,
oh, that's right. Danny's Danny's a part owner.
I need to get out of that. Like I need to like have like a chef.
You're right.
You know what I mean? Like
you have to get out of that.
Let's make pork rinds or fucking homemade jerky or like smash burgers or whatever.
You need to stay in your lane, especially now because it's like working. You know, and so just like start to figure out this. Now you have more eyes on you. Sell more of our fucking merch, man. So you have enough money to sell, to pay someone else to do that stuff.
That's true.
Okay?
Yeah.
So, okay, with that said.
You have to post content, more content. Yeah. It has to be good content though. It has to be good. So it can more videos can blow up.
The content's good. It's
the cocaine dance. I'm just gonna just be like a slutty fucking TikToker with my tits out, just like.
But I think it's amazing. 37,000 and overnight is amazing.
Not overnight. It's like 3 weeks, 2 weeks.
That's so insane.
2.5 weeks, something like that.
That's so insane, Danny.
Yeah,
but it slowed down because no one was posting for the last week.
Yeah,
right?
Because of the Itaewon thing. So,
we've gone over an hour and 5 minutes now.
Yeah.
So we should start wrapping it up.
I don't want to though.
Oh, we don't have to.
Yeah, I want to pull this out for 2 episodes. We can make 2 hours.
2 episodes.
You can keep going. I'll keep it on record, but I'm gonna go to dinner. you
like,
can't
hey
figure
guys,
it out.
this is Noonchi Podcast with Hannah Kim. 너무 it's been a while since I've been in front of this.
Oh yeah.
I have done like little dubbing gigs where I'm in the studio and then I read a script, but like having a conversation with someone in front of a mic like this, it's been so long. So I'm like, wow.
But you're a natural because most people that we have on as guests, they're always really far from the mic, and I never want to stop the show. Yeah. So I just let it be because I'll edit it later. But you're actually speaking into the mic, and I'm so happy about it. Like,
because she's a professional.
Yeah,
right.
You know what I mean.
So we're gonna have some good audio this week. So thank you. It just makes my job a lot easier.
No, I don't want to leave. I don't want to leave. Pepero Day is coming up.
Oh yeah, pepero. We have some pepero. We have a pepero crunky flavor.
Yeah.
So pepero day, right? It's kind of like it's kind of like Quebec Day, right?
Yeah.
Kind of, right? Like somebody that...
It's a marketing ploy.
Of course. So is Valentine's Day, so are diamonds. But anyway, like... has
genius. That's
getting pepero ever swayed... Like if you were on the fence...
Yeah.
With some person.
Yeah.
Right? And then he gave you
a bouquet of
pepero, not the shit at GS, but like something like that was even more like, oh wow, this person put some oomph into this, right?
Like gourmet pepero.
Right. Does that make you go, wait a minute, like do your knees get a little weak?
No.
That's a good idea though. Gourmet pepero.
Gourmet pepero. I made this. No, I don't want that.
Salted caramel pepero, something like that.
No, because like
Earl Grey flavored.
It's good. It's good. How do you say marketing?
It is
right.
It is.
Yeah.
11/11.
Right.
Yeah.
But to me, it's like like I'm wondering if there are significant others, they're in a relationship and they did not get pepero on pepero day.
Yeah.
Do they get upset?
No.
I don't think I've ever bought pepero for my wife, nor has she to me.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you guys are like fucking old though. Right. This is a young person's game, right? You know what I mean?
We actually take like those other days more seriously, like Samgyeopsal day, right? It's Samsam.
Yeah.
You eat samgyeopsal?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cute.
Or like Black Day. It's like
Judgment Day.
Right.
Yeah. But Black
we like
Day's
that
for
stuff.
single people.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah.
Whatever. Don't take that away from us.
So like White Day, do you guys so Valentine's Day?
No, we don't. No.
I
got flowers
holidays.
this year. I bought flowers for this year.
Okay.
But I don't expect anything on White Day or whatever it is. Oh, Valentine's Day we get, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But
so
I think
one day, so that's the thing. Like how here there's in America there's Mother's Day and Father's Day, but here it's just fucking Parents' Day, right?
Yeah.
But when it comes to love, there's a day where the girl gives a guy some shit.
Yeah.
And then another day where the guy gives a girl some shit.
Yeah.
Right. So that's interesting to me.
I mean, it's just another way to
Well,
kill time.
Do you know that? To be honest, every month on the 14th, it's supposedly a certain day.
I didn't know
it's
that.
Like Diary Day or like
Rose Day.
Rose Day.
I don't even know what Rose
Every single day it has something. If you look up on Google, what's today's day kind of thing.
National Dog Day, Sibling Day.
Yeah.
There's always something. Yeah.
So what is a holiday that you guys wish to implement as a day off? Like, you know, 빨간 날.
Oh, like a new one?
Yeah.
Like leave me alone day.
Leave me alone.
Yeah. Like just
Leave
let
me
me be.
I want a national like pajama day, and everyone on the streets they're wearing pajamas.
Oh, that's a good one.
Do you wear like real pajamas?
I wear real pajamas.
Oh, wow.
I picked up on the trend recently because so I heard this somewhere. It's like 잘 때도, you know, like people like they sleep really comfortably, right?
Mm-mm.
근데 잘 때도 예쁘게 자고 싶어. Do you know what I mean? Like,
What?
like,
Okay,
I want
okay.
like a
Yeah.
nice clean pair of pajamas when I like get to bed. So I recently picked up on like collecting pajamas too. Yeah.
Jesus.
I have one pair of pajamas, but the reason why I have them is because I accidentally somehow got on first class on Asiana, and they give you pajamas,
So,
and
yeah,
like
yeah.
you can leave it, or I took it and I have them.
They
So,
give you pajamas?
yeah, they give you clothes to sleep in. They're like they come and make your bed for you. And they're like, they give you a bag, like a bag with pajamas in it. So they're like, go change and your bed will be ready when you come back.
Amazing.
Yeah, he was telling me about how, you know, have you ever been on a plane where the bathroom and there's windows in the bathroom and a sofa?
And a couch.
Right.
Yeah,
There's-
it's crazy.
There's a couch in a bathroom?
Yeah, it's like you can chill out in there. There's windows, like multiple windows.
So
in
you
there.
can,
It's
I mean, obviously you're not supposed to have sex in the bathroom, right?
But is there a
but-
rule like that? Like,
First class, you can do whatever
I'm
you want.
sure you
They're like-
can. You know what I mean? And on top of that, there's plenty of room. Have you ever tried to have sex in an economy bathroom?
I have
You know
not.
what I mean?
No.
Then fucking
No.
다리 이쪽에 있고, you're like, oh, sorry.
You've tried it?
Yeah, of course.
You have?
Yeah.
what about turbulence?
It's more jiggle.
On a domestic flight, those are even smaller.
Yeah.
That's
Damn, Danny.
crazy.
You
Yeah,
got some
Danny.
balls, man.
Yeah.
Big ones.
Oh.
Yeah, so like,
Man.
but you know what? But you know, if once you flew first class or business class somewhere,
Yeah.
right? Like, you know what it's like. So you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, so
This is a
so
This is a
refuse to take economy
life hack.
now,
right,
yeah.
right. You know what I mean? Like once you get to you see the other side of the curtain, right? Like you can't
go back.
You can't go back to economy. And if you
That-
do, you're just like, oh man, I know
just-
what's going on over there.
I just saw like an Instagram reel or one of those things with Steve Harvey giving life advice. And he's like, whatever you do, if you always get yourself on a first class flight, right? Because that will motivate you to do better in life or to make more money. Because once you go there, it's hard to go
come
back
back,
to
yeah.
economy. It's true. Like it's
But like the first time I took business class to Korea, it was luck. Or not luck. It was more like, it was when I came to visit you when you moved here 10 years ago. And back in the days, people still watch K-Town Cowboys and it was kind of fresh in their head, right? So I get to LAX and there was a dude checking me in.
Yeah.
He goes, oh shit, what's up, young? And I was like, hey, how's it going? He's like, oh, you're going to Korea? I was like, yeah. I was like, oh man, you can't go economy. And I was like,
oh
right?
man,
Right?
what
He was like, I got
Nice.
you, young. And then he got me,
awesome.
That's
Got me.
amazing.
Yeah.
right? So now I was like, oh shit. So like, it was my first time going to Korea. It's a
Yeah.
long ass flight and I'm in business, right?
Yeah.
Now, after the trip is done,
Oh, you gotta go
I
back.
gotta go back.
And no one's saying K-pop, Cowboys at Incheon Airport.
Yeah, nobody knows me. And,
Kenny,
yeah,
Tony.
yeah. And I was like, so I am like, yo, man, I know what's going on
Yeah.
on that side of the plane.
Yeah.
And so that always like stuck
Yeah.
with my mind. So yeah.
I've actually never flown business class before.
Just first in economy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
That's amazing.
So now 너는 비행기 타면 다 business, minimum business이야?
Well, I want to. I push for it. I really try to push for it, especially if it's like a business trip that I have to go on. I say at least if you could try to get me an economy upgrade ticket, like I'll take care of the mileage.
Oh,
yeah. So I try, but it's not. You can't always, you
Yeah.
can't be a brat all the time.
do you get a seat for your golf clubs as well?
So the way that works too, this is a life hack, people. A golf bag does not count as a suitcase.
It doesn't.
So they say you could take 2 suitcases that are like 23 kilos or whatever the weight limit is. If you have a bag that's like 12 kilos, you could use the extra 11 kilos as your caddy bag.
Yeah.
So that's not counted as a suitcase. It's just counted as weight. You could do
Extra
weight
weight.
distribution.
Oh, okay. That is a life hack.
Sorry, that was so not Korean of
Do you
me.
have a
나
life
진짜
hack?
바보 같다 봐, 그치?
Do you have a life hack for math?
I'm actually really good. I'm really good at math.
The other, did you hear the other 깜빡 11 kilos?
엄마 아빠 미안해. 나 여기 공부 열심히 했는데, right? Oh gosh.
That's hilarious.
No, that was real though. That was like my brain just stopped. I was looking at the lights and I'm like 12, 23,
Yeah.
11.
That was amateur hour because we make sure not to bring math onto the show.
Yeah, why?
Ever.
Because the listener, sometimes, like when it comes to like, okay, you have a lot of fans or, followers and whatnot, but we've all received 악플, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
They're
악플 means
so
like
mean.
hate comments.
It's getting worse these days.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah.
I think it comes with fame, but yeah.
So, some of my 동생s who are like big time YouTubers, they go, it just goes to show that you're blowing up if you start getting hate.
맞아.
I see.
Mm.
Well,
Also,
you started off the opposite.
yeah.
You live with the hate and then...
Because I'm a natural born hater. But I just don't.
You hate people or people hate you?
No,
You're a hater?
Yeah,
Both.
I'm.
But you're like the sweetest person.
I just don't.
Yes,
I
yes,
just don't
yes.
say it out loud.
Yeah, people don't know that.
But we talked about this.
Yeah.
Danny has the like resting bitch face, unfortunately.
Hit me face.
Hit me face.
Yeah.
Yeah. So...
Yeah. So,
but
peop-
I mean, you can't do anything about that.
Yeah.
Like, ugly's ugly.
yeah, I'm
so.
like, ugh, motherfucker.
Just kidding.
Like I like to like. I can think of I can turn anything negative.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so like my brain always will go that way. I just don't say it, right? But now when
Yeah.
I see like comments
Mhm.
and I go, what did this video have to do with what the fuck you're saying?
Yeah.
You would. I don't know why you never got like really into Reddit, because Reddit, it's all about having the best comments or the best like disses, and it gets voted up, right? But you've been on Reddit before. It just wasn't your cup of tea.
Yeah.
You just like shitting on me all the time.
No,
Like, you have people
other
in real
people.
life where you can.
Yeah, I don't look. You and I realize that as generations pass, people don't understand the consequence of your words.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When we were kids
Mhm.
and you talk shit to somebody, there was the consequence of probably getting punched in the face.
Yeah.
Right? And there was that option in our head that knowing that this might like cause a punch to the face.
Yeah.
And if you got socked before, you go, you know what? Didn't feel good. It's gonna make me shut my mouth, right? But now with this,
Yeah.
you're not gonna get punched in the face.
Yeah.
Right? So it just gives you more grounds to be an asshole.
Yeah.
Right?
It's like you're not learning empathy.
Yeah,
You're
yeah,
not learning,
yeah. So that's why,
this-
I decided that I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do my shit talking to their face.
So, yeah.
No.
That's fair.
I don't fight back. I actually do the opposite. I like kill them with kindness.
No.
Like if they say something to me, I'd be like, 예를 들면 Danny Cho something 1, 2, 3 like shout on me. I'll be like, Danny Cho님 그러셨어요. Like you felt that way. I'm so sorry you felt that way. But like I did this. I hope you understand. 다음엔 조금 더 신경 쓸게요. Like whatever, and then they won't respond back.
No, this one happened, and I took it down. So on one of the videos, it has like 80,000 likes.
Yeah.
Right? Someone wrote, 이거 왜 웃김? Right? And I said, ask the 80,000 people who fucking liked it, dumbass. That's what I said in Korean.
Yeah.
좋아요 누른 8만 명한테 물어봐 병신 새끼야. That's what I wrote. Right?
That's funny.
Right?
That's funny.
good.
Right? And they were like, oh. And then I was like, you know what? I should be more.
Yeah, kill them with kindness.
No, but it's funny though.
You should take
It is
back.
funny.
Like,
It is funny. I wish
I
you kept it.
No, I would have been like, no,
I see why you took it out.
like your, like it doesn't. You don't have to find it funny.
Yeah, I think so too.
Right?
Yeah.
You don't have to find it funny, but what about the 80,000 people that liked it?
Right.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
But you spared some people. It's like that one person for one thing.
Yeah,
Their
we all know
feelings,
it's
yeah.
funny. 그런 거
No.
신경 쓰지 마. 그런 거
It's not even 신경 써. I just want like I go. Oh, I'm really good at ruining people's. You know what a comedian's roast is like?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily to make other people laugh. To the victim, I want it to live in their head. You know what I mean? It's like, oh shit, that was so good.
Yeah.
But it was kind of mean. Make me look
But
stupid.
you're like in a roast, you're given license to say things that aren't even true, but they're just like kind of they're mean.
Yeah.
You're allowed to be mean during
yeah.
roast. Like that's the whole point, right?
But I mean, I'm like that just year round. I'm like my trigger is so I maybe that's why once they know what I'm capable of saying shit like that, they're more careful about saying stuff to me.
That's my life in a nutshell. Like when I'm around Danny, I never like talk about like my accomplishments because he'll probably be like, "Oh, that's cute." Yeah. So.
He keeps trying to close the show, and
I'm sorry. Can't you hear my stomach
he's like
growling?
he's giving him like 눈치. 내가 눈치 없었어요. 눈치 팟캐스트님들. 아 진짜.
But we expect you to come back in episode 218.
Oh, that's too far away.
Yo, I told you this is I've invited you multiple times, but you're always like, oh, but I'm busy on Mondays, and I'm going to America. And
No. Okay, I
blah.
was doing that live show. That's why from 6 to 8,
Yeah.
and you guys film at 6 on a Monday.
that's true.
That's why I couldn't do it.
That is true.
And then soon after, I was in Europe. I was in LA, New York.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm not
Wait,
going to invite you when you're.
Can I say one thing before I leave?
You don't have to raise your hand, by the way.
I recently went golfing with a new friend.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Oh, Danny Hyung, I heard you on Noonchi Podcast."
Whoa.
He said that to me. Shout out to you if you're listening. But I was like, Noonchi Podcast 잘 되나 보다 요즘에. Because they said, and they specifically said, "Oh, you're that Hannah Kim that was on Noonchi Podcast." And I thought back to episode 6, and I was thinking like, oh my goodness, I shared so much of my life on that. So then I was like, oh, that episode was pretty good, right? All of you who didn't listen yet, go back to the episode 6 and listen to that
do it.
too. Yeah,
I get 2 more cents. Go for it.
Well, so far, nobody's come back and say, hey, can you delete that episode we talked about? One day we're going to get that from Anna. She's going to be like, hey, you remember episode 6?
Yeah, I think I shared a little too much.
12? Can you?
Yeah, so that's how I know you guys are doing really fine. And I like follow you guys on Instagram. It seems like, you guys are doing so great. I'm so happy. Yeah.
Doing okay. I'm only at 3,490.
We all start.
Your
somewhere.
life is not a measure of your Instagram followers. Danny, it's not about the view counts and the followers.
I know. I mean, not everyone can get 8 million in 3 weeks, but whatever. Celebrities don't even get 8 million in 3 weeks.
If I blow up one day, I'm gonna pretend I don't even know you. Like, who's Danny Cho? 진짜, man.
Well, Hannah, let's wrap it up because I'm hungry. He's hungry. I'm sure you're hungry.
I'm not hungry.
그러면 먹지
I
마.
can do this all day long. 네.
But thanks for coming. If there's anything you want to plug,
No,
No.
I don't. I'm very happy with where I am right now. And I do want more followers than Danny. So
you do. You have more followers than me.
No. I'm kidding. I want Danny to blow up really, really fast.
No, I mean, I'm going to catch you real soon. But
You are, for
like,
sure. Mine's stable. Mine's like stable.
Yeah.
Danny's is like whoosh.
Yeah.
So I think you're the better bet right now.
Any endorsements that you don't want, just throw them Danny's way. Danny's willing to
you know what? Like
stuff.
I'll be one of them basic golf bitches that rent a fucking cart and just be like,
I think you do well too. You could wear those freckle tape.
We should make a reel like that. We should make a reel like that with Danny and me. Yeah.
That's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
That's what we'll be doing after this show.
4만 원 파전 먹기.
We will see you guys next week when Danny has 50,000 followers on Instagram. And I'll be one step closer to being able to retire this podcast. Anyway. See you guys.
Bye, guys.